Both. Fucking kill myself.
Welcome to the Bucketscast. My name is S Rockets. Here is Rockets, Drockets, and Robkits. We're here to talk about some Rockets. Yeah, the Knicks.
We can actually talk about the Knicks because Phil Jackson's gone.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, let's focus on the Knicks first.
Yeah, everyone's favourite team.
The least disappointment out
The
of the
most
way
important
first.
news and only news, I think you mean.
Yeah, there's no other trades that happened.
Nothing
in the
else
last
happened.
Week or two, or drafts or anything.
Yeah.
No.
So Phil Jackson's gone.
Thank God.
The contract at this rate, because of the days he worked, he got paid $50,000 a day to run that organisation into the fucking pay.
If I made $50,000 in a year, I'd be like, fuck, I'm doing alright.
Loaded, boys.
Yeah.
And he got $50,000 US dollars a day to ruin the Knicks. Apparently, if they'd got him out earlier, they were going to pick Dennis Smith. But he was he was so adamant on Frankie
Nicotine.
Yeah.
Frankie Nicotine.
Yeah, Frankie Nicotine.
I mean, he seems cool. He hurt his knee today, but he seems cool. Yeah, first practice he hurt his knee. I think it's okay, but yeah.
But it's...
Yeah, but no. Basically, they drafted him to run to run in the triangle,
And now they're like, fuck off, Phil. You senile old man.
Now,
Leave us alone.
The only triangle is the triangle eye thing on the US dollar that they're paying him.
Ah,
Yeah?
the Illuminati
Stretch.
pyramid.
What's wrong with you, Ezra?
The Knicks are a pyramid scheme. Good
Yeah.
luck.
That's a good
there we
one.
go.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Let's not talk
Man.
about the Knicks.
Yeah, I just hope they don't be shit for a little. Like
Don't be shit for a little while. No, they need to be really shit
they
to
have
not
been
be
really
shit.
I don't know if I want them to be good or not.
They
Let's
didn't trade Kristaps, which seems like a good choice.
That's a good.
Looks
Maybe
like-
they'll trade Melo and we'll
looks
be
like-
happy.
Looks like Mallow is really working for that buyout.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I mean,
Come
you
on.
think you can get something for Melo.
Yeah.
Like a second rounder or something.
Yeah, like something from Mallow, like, Ryan Anderson or something.
Yeah. But that would make no sense, because why would the Rockets want him?
Why would the
Anyway,
Rockets want Mallow? Why do they want to improve their
did you guys hear Markel Fultz went first?
We had a draft we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, and we have a trade, and before the draft we haven't talked about too.
Isn't it crazy how in the last week 3 of our teams have made big trades? Chris
Yeah.
Paul got traded, Jimmy Butler got traded, and then the Mavs traded D'Angelo Liggins for cash considerations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and the third one was Boston trading the first pick for the third and other stuff.
Guys,
Yeah.
who had the next? Who had the Nets pick on draft day, guys? Who had it? Was it the Celtics? No, it wasn't the Celtics. It was Philly.
Wait, hang on. But who has the Nets pick next year?
I think it's us still.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We at least have still got a year of memes, unless
don't
D'Angelo can
understand.
turn the Knicks around.
is
That's
that it?
another trade.
Is that it?
D'Angelo turning the Knicks around.
I think
Knicks and the Nets.
That's got to be the last
we've
one.
swindled them for a few years now. I think
I
it
think-
runs out next
Yeah.
year.
Is it unprotected?
I think he'll still
Yeah,
get
it's
You'll still get a high pick.
it's ours.
So, do you have the Celtics and the Nets
we
pick
have the
this time?
Celtics. No, we don't have the Celtics pick.
No, they
Have
just
you
have
got
the
like the
Nets.
Grizzlies
Okay.
and the Clippers as well?
Yeah, we have and then we might have.
Wait, do they have the
Lakers.
Clippers first round pick next year?
I don't know. It's definitely
No fucking way. If
Oh
they have the
my.
Clippers pick next year, fucking the NBA is ruined. The Celtics will be the most dominant franchise for the next century and a half.
I mean, Golden State still exists.
They definitely got the Grizz. I
But
think
they'll have the
We
first
might
pick
have
again
it.
and the second pick from when the Clippers finished the worst and the Nets finished the second.
But then-
And we possibly have the Lakers pick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 4 to 7 or something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but yeah, that could happen. So we could have like 1, 2, and 7.
That'd be alright.
Yeah, I'd cop 1, 2, and 7.
Yeah.
I think.
And then
wouldn't
we'd trade
complain.
for like 3, 9, and 15.
Yeah.
You'd trade for like some. I don't even want to think what Danny would trade for.
Who the fuck
And
knows what Danny's
And,
doing?
no, it'd be like, oh, yeah, they traded for Chris Dunn from the Bulls, and it's like, oh, wow, he had a really shit season for the Bulls, and next season he'll come out and average like 40 a game for the Celtics. It's the Danny way.
Wait, Chris Dunn plays for the Bulls. Could you explain that?
Oh, yeah, it's like the Bulls made another fucking horrible trade.
What happened, Rob? I want to hear it from your point of view.
They got rid of Jimmy, which I wanted them to get rid of Jimmy. Like, he was going, it was inevitable, but they got some garbage for him. Like, we got their first round pick for our first round pick, and it was like they had the 7th pick, we had the 16th. Not a huge jump, to be honest. And they got a perennial all-star, an all-NBA talent, and we got Zach LaVine, a good scorer, coming off a knee injury that will affect his jumping, which is all he does. And Chris Dunn, who averaged mediocre numbers. He does have an upside, but you got that for Jimmy?
Man, I totally seesawed when I saw this. At first, I was like, "This is crazy," and I went, "Oh, the Bulls did okay here." Like, because I was like, "Oh, Zach LaVine, like dunk contest winner." Chris Dunn, was top 5 pick last year, I think, and he's supposedly really good point guard, defensive, and then I was kind of like, "What the fuck, Bulls? Like, why did you give them a pick as well, the first round pick?" and then the Bulls sold their second round pick to the Warriors,
Garpax is a cheap
for money.
fuck.
For money, you obviously have just sold your you've just traded your number 1 player, and then you have a second round pick, and you sell it. I don't understand. How is that a rebuild?
What's with the never-ending search for point guards from the Chicago Bulls?
We have
Carter, Williams.
We have 6 on our roster, but now we're down to 5 because they're just getting rid of NCW for nothing.
Really?
And we fucking traded for him last season.
Oh my god.
So wait,
Garpax.
so what, are they just cutting him?
Yeah, they're just not going to re-sign him. Not even going to give him a qualifying offer.
That dude is washed. Get him out of the league.
He won't play
I
Send him-
disagree.
send
I
him
think
to the
he's a role
Spurs,
player
he'll be
on a
fine.
good... Exactly. Send him to a team that has a good culture, that can, put him in an actual offense, not, all right, 3 guys can dribble the ball. Let's just hope other people learn to move off the ball.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I mean, now they just got a lot of young point guards. Who knows? Maybe
Well, they're not even that young at this point, to be honest.
I hope they bring back Rondo.
Chris Dunn's not that.
Yeah.
They will bring
But yeah,
They're fucking idiots, yeah.
Man.
And D Wade and...
Oh, Wade's back.
So I'd like to officially announce next season I'll be rooting for the Bulls to not win a single game, and I'll be rooting for the Rockets and the Timberwolves. Let's go, boys.
Good news, that Clippers pick is protected for the lottery.
That's something.
Okay, well...
Yeah.
For the next 2 years, and then if
That's good,
if it
because
doesn't
they will be in the
the
lottery.
second round pick. So
Nah, they'll make the 8th seed off Blake Griffin's
Why? I was gonna say-
beautiful post passing.
Blake Griffin's not saying. He opted out.
I think it's going to go one
Yeah,
or two.
of course he opted out. Why would you?
Yeah, but he can re-sign long.
He can sign a longer deal with more money.
Apparently, Chris Paul did 5 days ago as well. So
Yeah.
Chris Paul opted in so he could get that extra cash before he got traded.
But he opted out for. He said he was opting out first, and then minutes later he was opting
it
back
changed.
in.
So who knows? Look, I have no idea if Blake Griffin's going to stay or not, because I feel like he's going to he's going to Westbrook it and be like, holy shit, my guy left me. I have to blow up the league now. I don't know if he'll be able to Westbrook did, or he'll be like, well, that was fun. I'm going to go to Miami now or Boston or somewhere.
Yeah. Do you want him in Boston?
I don't want him at all.
No.
He's the kind of guy that puts a team over the limit if, you've got 3, absolutely bona fide stars.
Mm-hmm.
He would be your... It's hard to say he'd be your Klay Thompson, because he's not Klay Thompson, or he'd be your anything. He'd be your Kevin Love if you had a player better than Kevin Love, which is what the Cavs need to win. So it's... I don't know. He can dunk. He can dunk.
I want him in
Can he?
Miami. I think he should go to Miami.
Yeah, I think Miami's a good spot.
Because
Get those doctors
if
on
we're
him.
gonna get him, we're gonna sign him, and I'd rather just sign Haywood.
Yeah,
I don't want us
Okay,
to waste
but
our max.
have we thought Blake Griffin signs to get the OP deal from the Clippers, like Chris Paul, and gets traded to the Pacers for Paul George?
I have been brainstorming this for a little while. I don't know why anyone would do it.
Yeah,
but
it's just
That's why.
Yeah.
They would do it. 2 massive franchises. I'm not
Like-
sure what the end game is.
if Chris Paul had
Let's
stayed,
go.
maybe Paul George would want to come, but why would George want to go?
It's not about Paul George wanting to go there. It's he's getting traded there.
I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
Like
if-
Griffin has to
And
go
it's
there.
just about the Pacers getting as much as they can, and LA being like, he wanted to play for the Lakers. We're the Clippers. We're both in LA. It's good enough.
But the Rockets have just been like, no, I don't want to trade away pieces. We're just gonna sign the guy.
Yeah.
They could have, but I think that was also part of Chris Paul wanting that extra money, which is not, it's like what he stands for in the Players Association, getting paid what you're worth. So I don't see a problem with it.
They needed to clear cap space as
Yeah,
well,
it was-
so they would have had to.
I
move
It wasn't
think it was a
it wasn't
couple-based
a straightforward this and that. This was the best move for all teams, because the Rockets players they got rid of, a couple of scrubs, and Patrick Beverley, he can play defense, but he didn't get on the first team, and Chris Paul did. So you've got the better defender.
Hey, Beverly won the All Hustle Player or something,
Oh,
the
really?
Players Awards,
That's sick.
the most hustle player or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Love
there you
it.
go.
He did,
Um,
and that's good.
Yeah, I'm just I was a bit confused as why the Rockets traded and didn't just try and sign him outright, because at first I thought it was oh well, then they can give Paul more money, but they would have had him for 4 years anyway if he just
Yeah.
signed there. I guess it was to get rid of some other contracts.
Yeah,
I think it was a bit of everything in that. a few things contributing to, each thing, like Paul, more money, them clearing the cap for him, Chris Paul not wanting to be a complete fucking dog to the Clippers.
I actually think that's a big part of it, because he obviously could have just said to the Clippers, like, nothing, and then sign with Houston, whatever.
Yeah.
So he obviously told them, like, look, I'm going to go there.
Like, sure, he's left when everyone's thought, he's probably going to re-sign all the Spurs, and now he's going to the Rockets. Like, sure, you could see that as dogging the boys, but he's given them the opportunity to get something in return, which, stars don't do these days, considering they want the best pieces around them at the new team. Yeah,
it's a lot better than him just leaving. Like, at least there's a couple young players in there, like Montrezl Harrell and Sam Dekker. Who knows?
Also, just a quick shout-out. Shout-out to the Bulls fans who have, raised up over 10K to put a billboard up over a freeway in Chicago that says #fire Garpax.
Probably fire him. He keeps fucking
You've got
up.
fans raising 15K.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
I find it interesting, back to Houston real quick, but you see last season they build a team around Harden, and they sort of, they want to build around Harden, and now they're just like, no, we need talent. Let's drop everyone for talent.
Well, they looked at it. I agree. They looked at it, and it was good. The team was built pretty well, and it worked not badly. But they realised when you come up against those better teams, you need more than a team of players that can work well together. Like, you get your rare cases where that works with your Pistons, that sort of thing. But nowadays, you look at every team that wins, they've got dominant players. They've got numerous stars, apart from the Mavs, who just had GOAT Dirk.
Woo.
You need more than one GOAT on your team.
It's so weird, man. I just don't like anything about this. It's good that the Clippers got something back for Chris Paul, but I just him and the Rockets is so weird. And
I like it. I honestly like it for all parties involved. Like, I think Chris Paul and James Harden could work very well together. Even though, you look at it on paper and you're like, how does this work? It just... No, James Harden's so ball dominant. Chris Paul's so ball dominant. You look at how the Rockets were last season, with James Harden being gassed at the end of all these games, and bombing down the fourth because he had to do everything. And now you've got someone else to help you out, and when they get Paul George and Carmelo Anthony on the team, they can have even less work to do.
It's gonna be cool when OKC and the Rockets are in the playoffs against each other again, but OKC have Blake Griffin and the Rockets have Chris Paul.
That'd be funny.
That would be amazing.
One of us will make the conference finals.
Yeah.
Who will it be?
I mean, if the Thunder trade Oladipo anytime soon, Blake Griffin's going there. So
Yeah.
I just think about it man, this is it for Chris Paul. This is probably the team he's got. He's got to make the conference finals, even if you get cleaned up by Golden State in the conference finals. Just make it there.
No, I don't think so. He's only going to be at the Rockets for 1 year, I reckon. He's got the 1 year option, right? He doesn't, and then he can go. He'd be unrestricted after.
And then
that.
everyone's going to the Lakers.
Sure.
Exactly. He's going to go with LeBron to the Lakers.
Banana boat to the Lakers.
And Melo will be off his free
And
agency.
Paul
if he doesn't
George
get
is
bought out
going to the
before then.
Lakers, and D'Angelo
Wade-
will go back there somehow.
Wade
And
will be
snitch
done
on
with
them
it.
all. No, these guys are telling me they're all going to the Lakers.
So we're going to have the Banana Boat crew and Paul George and D'Angelo back to the Lakers.
And Kristaps.
And Kristaps at the Lakers too.
And Kristaps Light will somehow get traded over there.
Is
can't
Kobe
be
going to come out of
lying
retirement?
No, I can't remember who it was. but it
Laurie
was that-
Markkanen.
Yeah.
He's
the one at the guy at the Bulls.
He's
Oh, I
gonna be
thought
a
you were
bust.
talking Destiny for a bit. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's light. Why did you bring that up?
Nah.
If we can go on a tangent for a second,
Yeah.
Jake, why the odd socks?
They're not odd. I'm wearing a black sock. This is to brace my ankle and to cover the brace on the ankle.
Okay.
Are you embarrassed about the brace?
Okay, so it's
You
like
worried someone's going to dog your ankle?
there's matching socks, but there's an extra layer of sock on one
Yes,
side.
there's an
Okay.
extra layer of brace and sock, but
You still wear double socks, don't you?
yes,
So,
this is double socked right now.
so one
Triple
ankle's
sock.
So this is another sock.
The more you know,
Socks
viewers.
around.
Jake
Yeah.
wears 3 socks on a bad ankle.
and he's really good at basketball.
But
So
right now
tell
I'm
me
wearing
that.
4 layers on my right
Yeah.
foot. And it is a struggle to get into my shoes.
Yeah, nice.
Also, quick shout out Dwight Howard to the Hornets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see the inspirational post Jordan saying I believe in you? Did you see that?
No.
How Dwight has a big 2-hour gym session, comes out gassed, I don't know what happened. Then after that he was on the phone to Jordan somehow, some reason, and then after Jordan's like, yeah, no, I believe in you. Dwight heads back into the gym, gotta prove to the GOAT he's good. It's like, oh, Dwight, I like seeing that.
It's gonna be so funny when he like pulls a muscle in the gym.
Because he's trying to prove how good he is to Jordan.
I think this is like a good trade for the Hornets, but I don't think it makes much sense for them basketball-wise.
Yeah.
In terms of like, they can't play Zella and him together much.
Zella can shoot theoretically.
Theoretically, I think, but they've also got like Kid Gilchrist on the team.
He doesn't work well with
Kemba,
no one on that team is a big shooter.
They don't have great shooters, but even Batum is like is a below average shooter.
Yeah,
probably. And they have they got Malik Monk in the draft, which is a good pick. I think
Dwight has hit a 3-pointer before.
How are they going to find?
Yeah, I saw it.
How are they going to find minutes for Gilchrist, Batum, Marvin Williams with Dwight?
I think they're gearing up the big trade. Honestly, it would not surprise me if they tried to get, trying to trade them for cap space or something to try and get, say, a Gordon Hayward or someone on that team.
Someone, I think it was Bill Simmons on one of his casts was saying, well, now they have Malik Monk, they can trade Kemba finally. And I was like, oh, that's a bit of a...
Finally? Was that like
apparently a lot of Hornets fans, they either love him or hate him.
Okay.
I think Kemba's value is as high as it will get.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good player. I think he fits a lot of systems well, but it's just not the Hornets.
Can we send him to the Spurs? Is that possible?
That would be perfect. Oh, I would love that.
I mean...
Derrick Rose.
At all times, I just want to send players to the Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's go. Let's send D Rose and Kemba to the Spurs.
Except D Rose, I don't get that one.
What? Why? Well, that's like prime Spurs. Someone who's like down on their like careers going down the drain. Look, I love D Rose, but that's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not saying for a big contract here. Like he's going to the Spurs. He's a good system player. That's why he was so good at the Bulls, because the Bulls had the system for him.
He's going to the Wolves.
Yeah.
He's going to sign in Minnesota.
They can't afford him.
Maybe.
But, if he takes a minimum, I don't know.
I think his pride's too much.
Yeah, he's probably taking them in.
They have some space somewhere.
What's with it with like former Celtic coaches, Thibodeau and Rivers, just wanting to sign their guys back?
It worked for them once, so I guess it could work again.
Their guys.
Did it work for them once?
Yeah, they were the best team in the league for 2 years, so yeah, it kind of did work for them once.
Give me Brandon Bass.
Who?
The Bulls.
Oh, right, the Bulls.
I'm talking about the players working for them once, and then that. Yeah.
I think you meant the system of getting guys you already had.
Okay, no, that's never worked. But you can see why they think it might work.
Luol's going back to the Wolves apparently too.
Oh, when I saw trades about the Lakers trying to get rid of him, Lakers looking to try and trade Luol to the Bulls. I'm like, please do it. If the Bulls are gonna tank, I want to tank with Luol.
Yeah, that's true. You went up with Luol, you go down with Luol.
That's it. What do we think about the Brook Lopez D'Angelo Russell trade?
I love it.
I think it's good for everyone involved.
I do too. I still think Lakers got a little bit less than what they deserved, but I think it was worth getting rid of Mozgov and D'Angelo's going to.
Well, they freed up space for Lonzo, which
yeah,
it had to be done. They've still got Jordan Clarkson and a couple of others, so they're not in a complete shithouse state.
Yeah, I just think they should have tried to get rid of Clarkson instead.
I read a ridiculous quote today from Pelinka, who said, "We don't look at next year as a rebuilding year. One, you're starting a rookie point guard, Lonzo Ball.
No, Lonzo. You're starting the next MVP, Lonzo Ball.
You're bringing Brook Lopez into your system to start at center. Your second best player is probably who? Brandon Ingram, who's a second-year player.
Nah. Julius Randle's better than Brandon.
A third-year player.
But then Ingram, they really think Ingram's going to come on. They really think
next year is a rebuilding year for the Lakers.
No, hey, LeVar Ball said they're going to
look. Honestly, I don't think next year's a rebuilding year per se, because they've got the pieces for the future. It's just them improving. I wouldn't say it's anything to do with rebuilding, but it's not a competing year by any means. I think it's more of a stagnant year for the Lakers. I think they'll probably finish with the 7th or 8th pick, because there are a lot of teams who have gotten a lot worse, and the Lakers might just improve that little bit, but.
It's going to be funny when, Randall and Ingram have to go to get George and LeBron in.
Look,
these
guys,
young guys,
we're glad we're finally improving and you guys are showing your promise, but you got to get the fuck out of here, because we really want LeBron.
Man, it's such a waste.
Your trade value is quite high, Ingram. Bye.
But then, just think, if, this Laker team happens, how much this will shake the league up in terms of where these Laker pieces will go and how they could affect other teams. True. A good Ingram on another team, a good Julius Randle who's proving to be a good, he's going along the sort of career path of Paul Millsap, improving steadily, and
Yeah.
he's going to have a breakout year.
I
hoping.
really like Randall.
Yeah, I think Randall has a very high ceiling. I think he's going to be an all-star,
Yeah.
but, you know, not putting any pressure on him. Come to the Bulls. Be an all-star at the Bulls, please.
I think the Eastern Conference should be quite excited for the next few years, because if LeBron goes to Lakerland, that Eastern Conference opens
so weird.
right
That's true.
It goes
For
from
a
having
bit of a team.
little talent to no talent.
Yeah.
For a team maybe
The
starting with
Raptors,
C,
the
Celtics,
Raptors, the
could
Celtics.
really come up.
It's almost like
The
we're not
Bulls.
pulling the trigger now because we're gonna wait until LeBron leaves. Please leave, LeBron.
Oh.
I'm sick of you in my conference, man.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Just retire as the GOAT already. Come on. Apart from that, what else we got? Who do you guys think just won the draft? Who do you think got the best steal or best player?
The Sixers.
Even?
The
You think the
Sixers won the
Sixers
draft.
really won? I'm inclined to agree, but I also think who ended up getting Malik, was it?
Yeah,
The
Charlotte.
Hornets.
The Hornets. I think
he slid.
I think they won the draft. Honestly,
I think
he
yeah,
is
anything
a
11 or 12.
he is a
whatever it was.
steal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when he kept sliding down, I was like, who's gonna get him? Oh, is he going to hit? No, who's gonna get him? And he
Especially,
slid to that, and he's got a very high ceiling.
He definitely could have fitted in with like a team like the Knicks or
Oh yeah.
Even like the Bulls who need a shooter.
yeah.
You could
Yeah.
go there.
I don't know why the Bulls
or-
wouldn't take him.
Oh,
Like
the
7.
Bulls. That would have been another guard though, but a
But
nice
that's what I
young
mean. If they were
talent.
gearing
And
up
two.
this trade,
Not
like,
quite,
and
yeah.
that, I think, he would be a guy. But a few of those, I just think, slipping to 11, 12, like,
That's right.
how did that happen?
I think Dallas did well with Dennis Smith.
I'm so in on Dennis Smith. I was like so happy when
Yeah.
I saw that
He's
notification.
got. They say he's got like he doesn't play all the time, but I think Rick Carlisle's the perfect coach to sort of
yeah,
mold someone.
he needs a good situation, a good
Yeah,
coach.
he needs to
That-
learn from the
that's
GOAT
what he's
Yogi.
got. Like yeah, exactly. You got
Yogi's gotta
Yogi to
teach
mentor him.
Just another thing. Who do you guys think is going to be the worst team in the league next season?
Sacramento.
Might still be the Nets. I don't see them being
Nets.
much better.
Nets.
I don't see them being much better.
See, my heart wants to say the Clippers because if Blake Griffin goes because they've messed it up so fucking horribly. But DeAndre's a really good guy, and so is Lou Williams. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a really interesting season. I don't think there's going to be any really shocking teams.
I mean, the Bulls might not be very good.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But D Wade will come back, and they've still got maybe Rondo if he's good, and they'll somehow manage. They'll somehow manage to win enough games to fucking make me hate myself. Like,
Dwayne Wade's gonna miss so many games next season.
I don't see much happen. I don't see them.
I think D Wade's going to re-sign and fake a knee injury at the start of the season, so he can just hang with his family all season.
Oh, my calf's feeling a bit tight, guys. I might be out
That's
tonight.
the
How much long does he have on that contract?
Only just this one.
He's all player option, so he can stay, he can go.
I assume you just accept it and they should just buy him out and then he can go
They won't
somewhere
buy
else.
him out though.
They might.
They won't. It's the right move. They would do it. If they're buying anyone out, it's going to be Rondo. And what they're thinking of doing is letting Rondo walk and then trying to re-sign him on a lower contract.
What?
That's the
That's
most,
so balls.
that's the most disrespectful thing you can do. You think the guy's going to want to come back? I mean, even though Rondo will get... No, he won't because it's a team option, so it's not even like getting waived.
He has to go.
Like, yeah,
He
he's...
has to go to the Pelicans.
Oh gosh.
Hey,
He'd
Boogie,
fit.
AD, and Rondo.
I mean, okay, the
Hey.
passing would be real cool. Actually, okay, the passing would be
Passing
awesome.
would be real
Alright,
cool.
let's get
I was talking about the
Malik
shooting, but the
Your
passing.
your eyes then, Matt, like lit up.
I'm sorry, that initial diss.
I've been hearing rumours that Boogie's gotten himself in really good shape as well. Like,
Yeah.
he's looking best of his career. Like, being in the gym over the whole playoffs and still till now because, he really wants to improve for that team. So, I'm looking forward to Pelicans next season.
I think that'd be interesting. And alright, quick recap. Do you like Jason Tatum?
Yeah, I think he looks like Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Why not?
Ooh.
You had one of them
We
already.
like small forwards from
Would you,
Kansas.
do you prefer him over Josh Jackson?
Yeah, Josh Jackson.
Yeah.
He wouldn't work out for us. Fuck.
Yeah.
I think Jackson.
Yeah.
I think Josh Jackson might have a higher ceiling, but Jason Tatum fits you a lot better.
Yeah, and you've already got Jaylen Brown, who
Yeah.
kind of is Josh Jackson. I feel like
Yeah.
in style of play at least.
Josh Jackson needs to go to Spurs so they can fix his jumper. Then he can go wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just had another guy off the bench who just can't shoot threes,
Yeah.
everyone would hate your bench
Yeah.
so much.
We're letting Olynyk go.
Markkanen and whoever else you had in the draft.
That's it.
Oh really?
I think that was it.
What do you think of
Yeah,
have
because you sold
another player.
the
Yeah.
Oh, because you sold the pick. That's right. Yeah, right. We got that.
Look, I don't hate the pick. I think the kid's got a lot of upside, but why are they going for this big risk of a European guy when there were so many established, will be good players on the table? Like,
I agree.
this guy's peak is he might be an okay defender. That he's a really good shooter and he shoots very fast.
Yeah.
Why are we getting taller Nico? That's what I'm asking.
Like,
It
I
didn't
don't
work
know
the
if
first
he's
time.
going to be any better than Mirotic.
That's it. Like, he doesn't have a beard, so like, what does he bring to the table? He can shoot, well, so can Nico, and Nico's got a sick beard. Like,
So yeah, what have you done? Apparently, he doesn't go for rebounds at all.
doesn't
is what
rebound,
I've
and he's a
heard.
bad defender. He's a 7-foot power forward. His Pau Gasol that is even worse.
Gross.
I think he can have upside, but he needs to learn the NBA game and learn how to use his body.
Yeah. I'm super high on Dennis Smith. He's like athletic as fuck. He might be a bust, but I think he's going to be really, really good. And like when the Mavs have a scoring lead guard, they do really well.
Yeah.
Like if you look at throughout like the last 10 years, so like Jet or even like Monte Ellis when he was there was played that role.
Oh yeah, Monte
and he's-
Ellis played for the Mavs.
Yeah, and we actually
Nice.
good when he was there, and then we got Rondo.
I think
And something happened. I don't remember.
it's a right. It's a right.
Rondo
step
quit
forward
basketball
for
for
the
6
Mavs.
months.
So I think that having a young athletic scoring guard is really good for the Mavs.
I think the Mavs are in that like weird situation where they shouldn't rebuild their team, but they're not good enough to win. So they're making the right moves to have someone who, if he doesn't pan out, he's gonna fucking suck. Like he's gonna be the worst player in the draft if he doesn't pan out. But if he pans out, he could be one of the best players. in the
Yeah,
draft.
and like the people were talking about him going top 5 earlier in the year.
Yeah.
and he's managed to slide down to 9, so I'm pretty happy.
he's one of those guys with he has a very high ceiling. I think if it works out for the Mavs, it'll be great. And knowing the Mavs, they'll somehow make it work and be a perennial 50-win team for the next decade. Let's go.
Woo!
The dream.
And the Clippers got the best name in the draft.
Oh yeah, we got Sindarius Thornwell.
What a fucking great
Who
name.
needs Chris
Something.
Paul when you've got Thorn, boy?
Yeah.
You've got Sidarius and Montrezl on the same team.
Yeah, we traded 2 first-name point guard for shooting guard with.
With 2 first
Possible.
names.
Yeah.
Sorry, a point guard with you.
Yeah, point guard. Sorry, and we also got the shooting guard who might not have a first or a last name. He might
And
have
we don't even
might have made up
know
names.
if Esron's going to be.
No, Sindarius Thornwell.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he has made up names.
He does have.
We don't even know if Esron's coming back a Clipper fan next season. He's got some.
No,
he's got some thinking
I'm
to
still
do.
a Clippers fan.
Beautiful.
I love him. It's like an abusive relationship, but you know. Yeah.
All right.
I think that's probably.
That's a wrap.
We've got to go. Game starts in 15 minutes.
The-roster.net for our content.
This might be the last pod for a while. We haven't decided on anything over
Don't be free
the off
agents,
season.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but that could be a while away.
Twitter.com/roster tweets, Facebook.com/roster.net, the rostermail@gmail.com if you want to talk to us about anything.
Woo.
Anything else you guys want to say?
Hashtag fire Garpax.
come the Clippers.
I hate the balls.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.